Hello, dear friends. We welcome you to Allatra TV Africa 6 Degree Connections. On our broadcast today, as we do every time we bring you this program, we travel to different countries where we meet different people from different backgrounds. And then we ask them to tell us about their culture, about what they like most about their countries. And then we also get to discuss the most important question of how they envision the creative society. The creative society is that society where every person on earth can live happily, comfortably, and have access to all the necessary essentials of life so that he or she could develop to that human being that is deserving of the name human. Today, we are traveling to Gambia, where we will see the beautiful countries and discuss with the beautiful people. My name is Kanu Eleke. I live in Nigeria. And today, our co-hosts will be Olga Jelfi and Olga Andriva. Hello, Olga Jelfi.
Hello, Kanu. Thank you very much. And I would like to tell a little bit more about the Creative Society project. This is the project which is unique and global and which has been initiated by people themselves for the entire world on a volunteer basis. And the goal of the Creative Society project is to transform our current consumer format of society into creative one, purely by peaceful means and in the shortest time possible. We can create such a society in which every single person in the world would have completely everything necessary for happy living, would feel safe and comfortable, valued, loved, would live in the way a true human deserves. And to learn more about this project, please visit Allatraunites.com. And I want to pass the floor to my co-host, Olga.
Thank you so much for your warm greetings. Today we are traveling to Gambia. It's a country lying in the west and the western part of Africa. And we would like to introduce our guests today. We have Yusufa and Abu Bakr. And now we can see where is the country is located, because I'm sure that when we will see the map, not everyone knows where is exactly this small country. And Yusufa, can you please introduce yourself?
Hello, Olga. Thank you very much for having me. I am Yusuf Abba from the Gambia in West Africa, and I am a teacher by profession. I teach general science and also social and environmental studies in my native village. So it's nice to be here.
You're welcome. And also we have Abu Bakr. Abu Bakr, can you please also introduce yourself?
Okay, good evening all. My name is Bukasa. I'm a Gambian analyst and I am a teacher by profession, and I am teaching general science and social and environmental studies in a village called Food. So I think it's a pleasure to be part of this wonderful initiative.
Thank you so much. And also first we would like to show you some photos that our technical support team has prepared for our guests to get to know more about history and culture of your beautiful country. So if our technical support team, please show us on the screen the collages of photos, and then feel free to comment and tell us what do you see.
Do you see the pictures?
Yusufa, your microphone is muted.
Yusufa, Abu Bakr, do you see the main screen?
I am not seeing the screen.
Yes.
Yusufa, you don't see the pictures?
Yes, I can see the screen.
Okay, so what do you see? What are these photos? Are about?
Like the.
Okay, Olga.
I am not seeing the screen.
I would like to say something about my country before coming down to the photos. For people who don't know about the Gambia, because this is the first time some people heard about this small country, so I will let them know briefly about this country. The Gambia is a very small country found in West Africa. It is the smallest mainland country in West Africa. It is a country of 2.3 million inhabitants and 11,295 square kilometers, and also 295 miles long, and also 30 miles wide. So you could see how small this country is. It really is. Now, from the photos, that is telling us the Gambia, we live in communities. In the Gambia, people live in communities. And it is a country that is very much welcoming to everyone. And it is also called the Smiling Coast of West Africa, a very friendly country. People are very nice, very hospitality, and people are really easy to talk to. And also from the photos, I could see a river. Now that river, that river is a major river in West Africa. It comes from Guinea-Bissau, Plateau, down to Senegal, then in the Gambia, through the Gambia, then to the mouth, and its mouth is at the Atlantic Ocean. And at the Atlantic Ocean is found at the city where you have Banjul. So it means the river runs through the Gambia in the middle of the country down to its mouth. It is a major river in West Africa with so much benefits. And in the Gambia, people, there are many villages with different kind of villages and ethnic groups, and also religion. But still, we all live as one big family. In the Gambia, we have about 8 ethnic groups, but we have one language which everyone speaks. It is very easy to understand the language. If you cannot speak the language, you understand it. That is Wolof. So Wolof is a language that is easily understood by everybody. So we use that Wolof to communicate, because the 8 languages we have, we can't speak all the languages. So there is this Wolof language that everyone speaks, almost everybody. It is very easy to speak and understand. But the official language of the Gambia is English language. The Gambia was colonized by the British, and it is the last country to be colonized by the British in Africa.
Yusufa, thank you so much. Maybe you can also ask Abu Bakr what he likes most about the country.
Okay,
Abu Bakr, yeah. So you can also maybe tell us what makes you proud to be Gambian.
I am so proud to be Gambian because Gambia can do very Gambia is on whenever you people call.
Maybe we should try without video because we can't really hear. We can't really hear you.
Can you hear me? You can hear me
you now. Okay, try now.
Okay, what I'm saying here about Gambia is Gambians are very, very friendly. Okay, and then Gambia is a context, even people are not in Gambian, and then they are very nice to foreigners. As I'm saying, to me, Gambia is the most friendly country in Africa. I can attest to that, because you not know until when you come here, because Here, Gambians, all Gambians are friendly. From Khartoum to Koina, Gambians are very, very friendly. And secondly, also about the Gambia is Gambians are also very, very tolerant. As first said, we have about 8 ethnic groups in the Gambia here. But all those ethnic groups in the Gambia here, they all live peacefully, despite difference in culture, despite different in tradition. But they all live peacefully because they respect each other's culture and tradition. So Gambian is the place where there is what? 100% tolerance of ethnic groups. Likewise, we also have religion also here. We have Islam and Christianity. And when you look at a religious aspect, Muslims and Christians, they are living like families. When it's time for Muslim feast, it is just like we are in Christmas or whatsoever. Likewise, when we are in Christmas, it's like the whole Gambia is Christian. So there is this religious tolerance in the Gambia, and it is something that I like most about my country. Okay, and also about the food, like Mr. Ba or Yusfa likely mentioned, we also have delicious food in the Gambia here. Most of the ethnic groups here, they all have their traditional food. For example, all of their traditional food is benachin, and then Mandinka, their traditional food is Ramada. You have Fula, they have their traditional food called lachi. So I think all these food are very, very delicious. And maybe I wish any of you can come to the Gambia and then some of these delicious traditional food in the Gambia. So these are things that I love most about my country, the Gambia. Yes.
Thank you, Bubakar. Just the technical team still has the college about the food in Gambia. If you could see it, but you can place your hand on the screen and then scroll. When you scroll, you will see the live stream where you will see those colleges. But I would like to ask Yusufa, since you could see the main screen, if you could describe for us the different food that we could see on that picture, if you recognize any of them, so that we also have an idea of what Bubakar was talking about, because my mouth is already watering.
Yes, Kano, thank you very much once again. Okay, I will start with the food that the woman is holding. Yeah, because that's my choice anyway. Yeah, it is called benachin. This benachin is a rice, a red rice. It is prepared by oil, and then later it's prepared like any other rice, but the only difference is it is red in color, but still there are other benachins that are white in color. Now, on top of the rice, you will have fish. Yes, you will have fish, cassava, cucumber, lettuce, cabbage. It depends on whatever you are able to purchase from the market. You can buy as many vegetables as possible. It still matches with this delicious meal. Definitely. So that's it about benachin. So it's my choice. So I think I understand that one more than the other foods, and I'm able to cook it myself.
Thank you. It looks really delicious. It looks great. And I really like what you said about your country, how friendly you are all with each other and accepting each other choices of religion. And this is actually a really good example of how people that have different views and choices can really be friendly with each other and really like one family. So I would like to offer us to go to the next part of our broadcast, and
maybe we can also, Olga, because we have just seen one more guest just joined us, maybe we can also introduce him. He just 1 minute ago joined us. I think it's Jello.
Okay, could you please introduce yourself? And also, if you flip your phone to horizontal way, we will be able to see you better.
Yes, it's yellow.
Can you please introduce yourself and tell us a few words? What makes you proud to be Gambian, and what do you like most about your country?
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Ibrahim. Are you getting me?
What do you love? Yes, we hear you. What do you love the most about your country? What makes you proud of it to be Gambian?
What do I love the most about my country?
Because we already seen beautiful pictures. We already seen food, people, and we heard something from Boubacar and from Yusufa about the country. But we also want to hear what you can say about being Gambian. What is it like?
Well, I like the people the most. That's what I like the most about the Gambia. Yeah, because if we have very nice people, that's what I like the most.
Thank you.
That's great, because we also heard from Abu Bakr that you have 8 ethnic groups in Gambia, and it's a very good example that all these people live together peacefully, and it shows to us that it's possible basically to not to have any conflicts and to be happy with each other, I mean, in everyday communication. So I also agree with you that when we are talking about a country, we are not talking about state or borders, we are talking about the people, first of all.
First of all, yes.
Yes, I would also want to just ask, Yusufa, this river that he talked about that crosses the Gambia and then empties into the Atlantic Ocean, could it be the River Niger?
Yes, from the plateau of Guinea-Bissau, then down to Senegal, then into the Gambia.
Oh, okay. That's good, because it also comes.
Okay.
The same.
Hello.
You mean if it is a river? Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, he's asking whether is. I think hello.
I was asking whether it is the River Niger.
No, it's not. It's, hello, I think you are hearing me.
I can hear you. We can hear you.
Yes.
Okay, I think it's okay. Instead of River Niger, it's River Gambia. It's River Gambia.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
The name of the river. The name of the river
is a different river.
River Gambia.
It's all right. Thank you.
It gets its source from the Jalon Island in Guinea, and then pass through Guinea-Conakry, pass through Senegal, and enter into the Gambia. It is itself into the Atlantic Ocean of Gambia. So it is River Gambia. That's where we even derive the name country Gambia from this majestic river called River Gambia. So that's how we derive the name.
Great, thank you so much, everyone, for this small geographical lesson, where is the country is located. So we learned many new things about this country. And also we are coming now to second part of this telebridge. We are learning and getting to know the opinion of our guests about the creative society. Creative Society, as we mentioned before, it's a global project that was started on the platform of Allatra International Public Movement, and everybody, regardless from which country the person is, can easily join us, even without internet or with audio. I mean, you can join us. Also, we have a channel on Telegram. Also, we have various groups in Facebook. So it's very easy with today's communication. And why we are organizing these round tables, we will now ask our technical support team to show us a small video where you will understand why it's so important to get to know more about not only the culture and traditions of the countries of every one of us, but also to create, let's say, tolerance and to understand that all of us are friends to each other, and we basically cannot be enemies, because all of us are human beings. So our technical support team, please show us this small video.
It is the 21st century. We have launched rockets into space, but we still haven't learned to live in accord with each other. We have created many religions, but God is actually one. Why is everything divided and fragmented into parts? After all, the truth is one for everyone. Buddha said, if you really love yourself, you will never be able to hurt another person. But we say, I love you, and cause pain. Jesus said, love your neighbor as yourself. Yet, why do we quarrel and fight all the time? Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught none of you truly believes until he loves for his brother what he loves for himself. Look around. What kind of world are we living in today? Is this really what the prophets wanted? Creative society, what the prophets dreamt of. Unifying Global Conference, March 20th, 2021. It is time to create the world that all the prophets dreamt of.
Thank you to our technical support, and I'd like to mention that we had the conference on 20th of December 2020, Creative Society United We Can, that united millions of people, and at this conference people voiced the realities of today and announced that they want to live in creative society. And in all cultures there is an image of ideal world in which people want to live in. And this is the world that the prophets were talking about. And we invite everyone to meet on March 20th, 2021, at the international online event, Creative Society What the Prophets Dreamed of. This is the video you just seen right now. It's about this conference. It was initiated by the participants of the project Creative Society. And this is the day when the world will unite to find out the whole truth. So join with all humanity and pass on. And I would like to ask our guests today, how do they envision creative society? And who wants to start, Boubacar or Yusufa? Would you please tell us, how do you envision the society in which you would like to live?
Okay, Olga, can I come in?
Yes, sure.
All right, thank you once again. Yes, it is very important to come up with this question. Now, we want to live in a society where everyone will be treated equally, and where everyone will have access to incentives and facilities, and it should really teach us a society where everyone will have access to what other people have. Because right now what we're seeing in the society is that there are certain people who are really vulnerable. They can't really have access to other things that some people are benefiting from. So we want to create a society where everyone will get access to whatever the opposite person has. Okay, like we start with education. We want to have a society where both rich people and the poor people will attend a very good school. Because right now we are living in a society where that only rich people have access to taking their kids to better schools, and poor people are usually find it very, very difficult, and they end up taking their kids to schools that they don't really want their kids to be, because the schools that the poor people usually take their kids to are these schools without facilities most at times. So most at times, schools that have these facilities like internet connection and computers and things like that, usually rich people are the ones who have access to taking their kids to those schools. And I think that is really, really, really unfair to the poor people. So, and the other thing is, I would like to talk about the disabilities also. In my country, per se, it is very sad and heartrending seeing disability people walking around the streets, like crossing roads. Some of them can't walk, so they sit on a wheelchair in the sun the whole day, begging for charity. And some of them will be crossing the road here and there, where you have many vehicles and motorcycles. You know, it is really risky. So I think we should create a society where we should also consider the disabilities, because they are not the reason why they are suffering like that. You know, it's something natural. So if you can enjoy something, it means they have the right to enjoy that too. So I think right now we should create a society where we should consider the disabilities very well, very, very well. And like I am talking about my country, I think we should do better. And with this Allatra movement, our next move will be to create a creative society in the Gambia and make sure we send a lot to every Gambian to know what is going on, to know that everyone is equal. Like whatever you have, the other person should have the same thing. So I think we will do that and lighting, make sure that I think on radio and television, and so that we can also talk about climate change, because we've seen how we are affected recently. Usually we have very hot weather, and many people did not know why. What causes this? So I think we also need to raise awareness so that people will know really, because you might be teaching someone about it whom you know that the person is involved in creating this global warming without knowing. But if you sensitize people about it, then I think it will really help. So this Allatra is going a very long way. And I think the other important thing is Allatra is trying to unite the whole world, which I appreciate so much, the whole world. And we can only do this, what I just said here, we can only do it if we work together. If we know that we are all the same, whether you are Muslim or Christian, or you are black or white, we are all equal. So whatever you have, then you need to share it. If you have a knowledge and you just keep it to yourself, it's just like someone who's having money and keeping it in his bank. If you have millions in your bank without investing it, then it is of no use. But if you have knowledge also without sharing with people who did not know about that knowledge, then it means it is not useful. So I think it is important what you know, go out there in the society, teach other people about what you know, about global warming, about this, how people should be treated equally, how we should live, how we should tolerate one another. So I think it's very important. And this Allatra movement is one of the best initiatives I have ever seen. And I really hope that it will work the way you plan it. And also we will do our best to make sure we create a society in the Gambia where everyone will be equal and live happily together as we know the Gambia to be.
Thank you so much. And actually, I want to mention that Allatra movement, it's a platform where people can speak out, where people can do things to change this world for better. And right now, you mentioned very important thing, people should know. And right now, we are on informational stage when we ask people what society they would like to live in. We inform people about Creative Society project. And meaning we want everyone to find out, raise awareness, and make a choice what society person wants to live in. Because if person speaks out and announces what society he or she wants to live in, it means he's doing something for this better future. But if he's keeping quiet, it means the silence means you agree with what's going on right now, and you are not doing anything for the future. So this platform lets people to speak out and not be silent and start acting towards our common best future. So I would like to also ask technical support to show us foundation number 6, which you actually mentioned in your speech, because Creative Society has this project has 8 foundations, which say everything that people want. It was based on thousands of interviews all over the world, and all the answers from different interviews, round tables, and so on were put into 8 basic foundations, 8 basics. And the number 6 one you mentioned is development of personality.
Yeah.
All the foundations you can read at Allatraunites.com website, and number 6 one we see on the screen right now. Can I read it aloud, and maybe somebody else would like to develop this topic we have right now? Every person in Creative Society has the right to comprehensive development and personal fulfillment. Education should be free and equally accessible to all, creating conditions and expanding opportunities for a human to implement his or her creative abilities and talents. So maybe Boubacar, or do we have our third guest with us also would like to say something? I forgot the name, I'm sorry.
Jello, maybe you have some ideas and about one of the 8 foundations of the Creative Society. Jello, if you can hear us now.
You can speak.
Yeah, I can hear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me, in my own opinion, in a society where I want to live in is. Can you hear me?
Hello, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. I want to live in a society where the atmosphere is peaceful, and where do you know that they support sport. Both of me, I like sport. In the Gambia here is fun with that. He's in the Gambia, I can tell that. You know that here we don't have that support when it comes to sport. Yeah, that kind of.
So you mean
We can't
sport,
hear you right now.
is important to you?
My phone.
Yeah, it got muted and we didn't hear what you said at the end.
Yeah, can you please just repeat the last sentence?
Yeah, let me go. Yeah.
Go ahead. It's muted again.
Yeah, it's my phone. My phone is.
Okay, maybe Boubacar wants to say right now something about what society would you like to live in? Boubacar.
Okay. In a society, security, because I think in the other things that require to have in our society, all those things cannot be implemented. There is no peace and security in a society that we want to live. So I believe the fundamental thing that we need to have in a society is peace. So I think the state peace is then the peace nothing is possible. So I want to live in a society where there is peace and situation, because they are very promote some development of many people. Secondly, I want to live in a city or in a society where there's equal opportunity to all, because more especially among women and girls, because when we go to cities, when it comes to women and girls, when it comes to the men, where opportunity is given to all, whether you are a man or a woman, whether you are a boy or you are a girl. Most of the time, if you go to certain society, when it comes to decision making, they let women and
Bakr, what we suggest, because now we cannot hear you clearly and you are saying something that's really important, maybe you can just turn off your camera and let's try like with the audio. Because what you are saying, it's, I mean, the opinion of everyone counts, and the opinion of everybody, it's crucial to have a full picture of creative society. So maybe you can, let's try if you turn off your video and tell us briefly your opinion about creative society, so everybody will be able to get to know and understand what you are saying.
Okay, I think you can hear me now, right?
Yes. Now we can hear you. That's already a very big step forward. Thank you so much. Can you please just briefly tell us what you have just said? What is creative society for you?
Okay, the creative society for me is that, you know, I want to live in a society where there is peace and security. As I said earlier on, a society where there is no peace and security, I don't think all the implementation that we all yearn for will not be put into practice if there is no peace and security. So I think peace is very, very paramount in a society, because we have seen countries where there is war, and any country where there is war, all these implementation that we are yearning for will not be put into practice. So therefore, the most important thing to have in a society is peace and security. So I think is the most important thing. Okay. Secondly, is about equal opportunity given to all. Like, for example, I want to live in a society where opportunity is given to all. Because at times we live in a society where men are the dominant force, and then they neglect women and girls. And it is something that I think or I believe is unfair, because human beings, we are all equal, whether you are a man or you are a woman, or whether you are a girl or you are a boy. Opportunities should be given to all, because we have seen women and girls that are very, very talented, and they can do well in different areas that, as they said, what a man can do, women can do. So I want to live in a society where women and girls are also involved in decision making. So it's not, because in the Gambia here, most of the times, when it comes to decision making, you find more women than men, and which is something that is quite unfair. When you go to even our government setups, you realize that, you know, large percentage of them are mostly men. They are all men. Even if you go to our institution, men are the leaders. So I think it is something I believe is undone, and I want to live in a society where opportunity is given to all, whether you are a man or a woman. Okay, so I want to live in a society where I will empower women. So I think that is one thing that is very, very important, because I know women are very, very industrious. They are very, very hardworking. So I believe if I engage women in the society that I live, I think we can have a better society. And then thirdly, also, I want to talk about our health sector, because I think health also is also very, very important. When you go to most of the African countries, our problem is health. You see, most of the African leaders, they have not built good hospitals in their countries. So whenever they are sick, they will just go to European countries, America and US, or American or European countries, which is quite unfair. Why not they also build hospital whereby they will not need to go to Europe or America to seek medical attention? So I believe many innocent people die here because of we don't have good, you know, health facilities. So I believe I want to live in a society where we have good health sector. And when you go to most of our hospitals, we find out that women and girls are the most vulnerable. When you go to hospital, you find more women and girls in hospitals as patients than men. So right now, even in the Gambia here, we have the problems of this childbirth. You see women delivering and then suddenly they die. So we have that problem in the Gambia here. I think we also need to address that issue. So I want to live in a society where there is improved health sector so that people will live in a better life as the Ultra is yearning or try to implement maybe in the near future. So I think these are some of the points that I want to share with you all. I think that's all I have.
Thank you very much, Abubakar. That was very instructive. Abubakar, if I understood from what he was saying, talking about especially that all humans are human, whether they are male or they are female. And so ladies too, females should also be given freedom to develop to the best of their abilities, just like the male. And Abubakar too was saying something about our living in peace, a society where everyone can live the better life. And this has to do with most especially providing those conditions that will guarantee that human life is protected. Health being one of it that he was mentioning, that the need for Africans in Africa to develop better healthcare facilities. And I think while Olga was explaining those 8 foundations, she also mentioned that the foundation covered most of these that Abubakar had raised. And if you permit me, I would ask the technical team to please show us foundation number 2. I will start with number 2, then I'll go to number 1. Yes, foundation number 2, if you permit, we could read it aloud. It simply says human freedom. Please, okay, please you can read it for me, Olga. I'm trying to get it.
Okay, no problem. So second foundation says, every human is born with the right to be a human being. All people are born free and equal. Everyone has the right to choose. There can be no one and nothing on earth above a human, his freedom and rights. The implementation of human rights and freedoms must not be violate and rights and freedoms of others.
I think that says it's all about what Abubakar was saying about the opportunity to be given for all to develop their abilities as human. And I would ask Jallo,
Yes.
Jallo, would you want to, because you were speaking.
Yeah, my phone.
Jallo, yes, you were saying something about your phone
now
was
at my sister's phone.
It's okay. So we are listening to you, Jallo. You have the floor.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. As I was saying, we like to live in a healthy and peaceful atmosphere. Peaceful in a sense that there will be less violent. Healthy in the sense that sanity is highly observed. Sanity is highly observed. Yeah, and where do you know that there's a sport? That's what I was saying.
I see, Jallo, you lost sports a lot, and I think we're on the same page as that. Maybe Jallo, we also want to let you know that
we don't have enough. We don't have enough support in the Gambia here. Yeah.
And when even everyone has equal opportunities, every country will have an opportunity. If you want to do sports, you will be able to do sports. There will be no poor or rich. There, like, people will be having everything necessary for living. And if you want to work more and help society more, then you can be making more efforts every day and helping others more. But at the beginning, when human born, he will have everything necessary for living: medical care, education, place of living, food. So this is normal. This is normal for our 21st century to have all these needs covered. That's how it should be.
Okay. Yeah, but I have a question for you.
Yusuf, you want to say something? Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, I want to ask you a question.
Jella wants to ask a question. Okay, go ahead.
My question is that after having these meetings, what is going to be your step?
We already, you was gone when you were talking about how important right now to let people know about creative society. And before everyone on this planet finds out about creative society, they just silent and they can't make a choice. We have to make a choice. We are fine with what we have right now, or we want to make a change. And before people find out that there is a platform that's where already millions of people united and making a difference towards creative society, before they find out, they just think it's probably not possible. So we have to let everyone know that it is possible. There are people who are already making steps towards it. And when we see that there is a group of people already acting towards the better future, you know that you can join, because everyone can join the Creative Society project. All you need is just a cell phone and an internet. You can go to Allatraunites.com website, you can push on a red button and you can join. You can be more, like you can join in more passive way. When you will know what is happening, you will let other people know, you see every day, or you can do the active participation. You can choose the active participation where you can participate in interviews, take interviews from other people. You can write articles, you can inspire other people, and there's other many ways of joining. If you want to join, or our viewers that listening to us right now want to join, they can write us an email or leave a comment under this video, and we'll contact, and we will have the more ideas of what you can do, because it really depends on your abilities and talents, which you can use right now to spread the idea of creative society. And every single person can do it, because there's lots of different ways how to spread this idea. So when we finish, when we done with the informational stage, we will move on to more active ways. Maybe somebody wants to continue and answering this question.
Yes, let me add to what Olga is saying. Like the interview, the chat we're having with all of us now is part of the 6 Handshakes program broadcast. What this 6 Handshakes program simply means is that you were invited by perhaps somebody who had participated. Now that you've participated, you could invite another person, and that way the information spread. For example, one of the problems we have is that we are keeping silent in the face of some of these necessities that we don't have. One of the ways we are going to break this silence is by making many people know, as many people as we could know, that look, life could be better, that some of these things that we don't have, we could have them. So you could participate, join us, become a host, invite somebody, invite your friend, and then we could host a program like this together, where people will air their mind, air their visions about the type of society they want to live in. And I believe that as many people as get to know about it, the faster they are the quicker they get to know about this, then that society that we all dream about could come about faster.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I understand. I have another question.
You can ask your question.
This meeting that you guys are doing, do you normally do it like every Tuesday?
We do it on Tuesday, on Monday, on Thursday. We do it every day and hundreds of times per day, because we not only have Allatra Africa YouTube channel, we have also North America, Australia, Europe. So many countries are joining us, especially now when we are coming closer to this global event of our conference, what the professor dreamt of. So if you have maybe friends or colleagues, not only from Africa, but I mean from all over the world, please invite them for this open discussion and open dialogue, because unless we talk, how otherwise we will be able to get to know the opinion of people? So we must talk and discuss to arrive at a solution, because everybody will agree that we have already too much revolutions, wars, for nothing. I mean, where the human life is not worth anything. But in the creative society, the human being comes first. And we would like to thank you so much for today's conversation, and also would like to invite you to watch a small video that for some people will be very interesting to watch, because they're saying, oh, what we can do to change, I mean, this situation in the society, and many prefer just to sit on the sofas and drink coffee and do nothing. So this video will be very instructive for some people, and otherwise see you in our upcoming To the Bridges, and let's make a second conversations with Gambia, because it seems to be that the country is very small, but the opinion of people, it's very interesting to explore more and more about creative society. So I'm sure we'll meet again also to explore Gambia in the upcoming Telebridges. So please, our technical support team showed to us this small cartoon about the elephant.
Elephants are habituated to a rope since childhood. First, they are tied to a tree, and an elephant calf, trying to escape, understands that the rope is many times stronger than him. Then, already being a grown-up elephant, he no longer even makes attempts to become free, because he understands that the rope, which is stronger than him, will win anyway. And when already a human who, well, the strength of a human and an elephant is incomparable, but an elephant still submits to a human and follows him with his head down, is the same in human society.
The whole point, imagine. An ordinary human, skinny and little, is leading an elephant on a rope. Why? Because the elephant believes that the rope is holding him. Friends, we have the same thing. Nothing is holding us, except our imaginary rope. And I would simply like to say, friends, let us stop being stupid elephants, and let's become humans.